Day 22, episode 22. Today I just want to share a little story that was told to me by one of my friends lah. Okay, she used to work in the hotel line, and then she recently moved into events, but she used to be in customer service. And this story basically is, the way to frame it, the best way I can think of framing it is that professionalism does not mean being a doormat. Okay, so how did this go? So basically, she used to work in a lot of big hotel brands. I think like in KK, we all know lah, Shangri-La, Hilton, and things like that. So she used to work in all these hotels, and she actually had the opportunity to be transferred to one of the branches in, I believe it was something like Abu Dhabi, from what she told me. So she was saying that, 5-star hotel, you're in a professional service line, you're always smiling. If the customer is not happy, it's your job to make it up for them or make them happy lah, things like that. But she was telling me this one story where there was one time a customer actually walked in and then demanded a room. It was a she. And then according to their protocol, I believe that they needed to ask for something like a passport or something like that. So she needed to get some paperwork done. But this customer was actually not happy and not having it. She actually said, no, get one room now. She actually took up cash and then slammed it on the table and then wanted a room immediately, which they said, we cannot do that. We need to process your papers. We need to see some documentation and some identity or something of that sort. So what the customer did was that she took the money and she actually threw the money at her face, making a scene in the hotel. Now, as a service, and somewhere in the service line in a 5-star hotel, she cannot lose her cool, but she was basically, honestly speaking, outright insulted that way. And she just squat down, picked up the money, and then she said, okay, thank you, let me see what I can do about it. She walked behind of her office, she closed the door, and she was crying, angry, basically angry. And then I think her manager found out and asked, what's going on? Why are you crying? And she explained to him, a customer did this to her, and she cannot retaliate because it's a 5-star service hotel. She can't do that. But the moment the manager found out, the manager quickly took the money, went outside, confronted the customer, threw the money back at her. We don't want to do business with your type, with you. I don't know what the ending, whether there was a video or anything like that, or bad reviews or whatever. But she said after that experience, because the story actually ended there from what she shared with me, she said basically after that experience, she realized that professionalism does not mean doormat. And it is in the right of any business or any person that does things to reject a bad customer. We have the right to reject a bad customer and to tell them to get out. We don't want to do business with you. Of course, if you think about it, right, in context, everybody, if you're first time entering into any business or anything that we have a transactional relationship, it's a transactional relationship. It's not even like a good friend relationship. But if you're nice to us, we'll be nice with you back. I think that's quite common sense. But if they stepped in and they have, I'm paying for this, I'm the boss, you better do everything I want, and this is how I like it. If I'm not convenient, I'm being inconvenienced, I will write a bad review and make a scene out of it. Or isn't it your job to make sure that I get what I want, that sort of thing? It's actually in your right to say that, no, get out. We don't do business with your type. And I have done this also in my gym. There are people who come into the gym with certain expectations of how the gym should service them, and they say, no, you're definitely not my type of customer, so please leave. Because in the gym especially, it's not just a transactional relationship, it's a coach and student relationship. But if you come in with a customer mindset that way, then please find a different gym to go train in. You can bring other gym stories, that other gym doesn't treat me like that. Yeah, then please go to that gym. The same with the events that we host. We have our standard, or we have our protocol of how we do things. If you do not like it, you want to step over the boundaries about it, you want to make a hoo-ha of it, you're welcome to leave. I think a lot of business people need to realize that. And a lot of business owners need to realize that we have to get rid of this mentality is that everyone's my customer. No, not everyone's your customer. There are definitely customers that you do not want. And let us be brave enough to tell them that you're not the person that I want to serve. I don't want to do business with you. I don't want to take your money. Okay? Nothing personal, but we just don't want to do business with you. Find another business, another outlet to do business with. So hopefully everybody gets something out of it. Obviously, when I first heard this story, I was a bit. I was also learning something lah. I have always been telling certain clients to not show up in my gym anymore because I think that they probably watch too much TV or culture from other things, right? And then they think that all gyms behave a certain way. I say no, not all gyms behave a certain way. Not all business behave a certain way. Every business has their target market that they look forward to and that they want to serve. This includes the customer attitude. People always forget customer can call out a business for bad service, but so can a business call out a bad customer for bad behavior, or a business can call out and say, I don't want to do your business. I don't want to do transaction with you. So, for those of you who are doing business or for those of you in the service line, hope this one helps. See you guys tomorrow.